Welcome to week 5. This week we're going to get into a bit more detail on the design of your site. So we'll go through some site design guidelines as the first topic, and then we'll talk about credit card payments. You may or may not be using credit card payments or a credit card payment system on your website, but because this is such a ubiquitous function online, it's important to know how that's created. So let's start with site design guidelines. The internet is fantastic because you can go to other websites, pull ideas off of them, and typically replicate them on your own. This is encouraged online. This is unless someone has a trademark on some function on their website that you couldn't copy, but that is extremely rare for them to trademark or copyright a website function. Most features on a website are replicatable to some degree. So what you will do, there's some readings here that kind of gives you an idea of design trends, things you need to know. But what you should do is find a couple websites that you like, a couple websites that have been successful that are similar to either similar to your product or industry, or just pull from ideas that you like. And then you will provide those URLs, list 5 similarities and explain why you think they have those similarities, and then pick a website that would be a good pattern and tell me 4 pages from that website that you would include. So for example, if I were doing this assignment, one site I would go to is the Apple website. And I'll tell you some of the features I like. The design is always very clean and simple. It draws my attention to really what their most important item on this page, which is currently their main product. So they just released the iPhone 11 Pro. They want you to be all about the iPhone 11. So there's a navigation bar up top that again is fairly simple and straightforward, and then I can purchase right away from the home screen. I like all those features on this website. So if I'm selling a product, I'm going to pull from some of those ideas, and right away on the website I'm going to say, here's my product, and here's how to order it. And if you don't want this product, here's some other options up here. So I like that design. One thing I don't like about the Apple site, and Apple really doesn't need this because they're so well known, but they have their logo here. Typically, if you are a new business, you want a tagline, something that in 2 or 3 words explains who you are and what you're about. Now, the Apple logo is so well known throughout the world that Apple doesn't need that. But for most websites, I'm going to want some sort of identifier like that on the site. So there's the Apple website. That is one that I would look to. I know Apple can be controversial. You might see them as the evil empire, or you might see them as the greatest creator of products. Regardless of your feelings on that, I do think they put together a strong marketing site. So you'll have a discussion on site design guidelines. Then we'll go to credit card payments. For credit card payments, you will use PayPal for this assignment. Again, on your website, you can use a different credit card function, but this process to go through is so important just to understand how it works. So there's a video that talks a little bit about the PayPal process, and then for this assignment, you'll need to create a button, and here's a link that walks you through some of that. You will create a PayPal button, and all of this you can there's instructions on. You don't have to go into Photoshop and create a button or something. And then in a Word document, you'll copy and paste the code you generate from PayPal. So you'll generate a code that you would link to that button on your site, and paste the button and the code onto your website. Then you'll do an activity that I think is important to do with any new function on a website. It says identify at least 3 questions you need to have answered to know if this button will really work for your business. anytime you're thinking about a new function for your website or something new you'll introduce for your business, it's helpful to go through that exercise and try and anticipate issues, and then save and submit that on a Word document. It is optional for you to actually put this on your website, but here's some instructions to do that. Again, you do not have to, but regardless of whether you're doing a credit card function or ad revenue or affiliate, you've got to have some revenue generated on the website. It doesn't have to be credit card function, but you do need to do this assignment to understand how that works. Note that both assignments are just Word documents this week. We're not doing the quantify and compare. These are just Word documents. I think it's a little bit more straightforward this week for you. Then of course you'll have your weekly reflection. Right here, student feedback to the instructor. Please take time for that. Every single semester I make changes to this course based on student feedback, and so I would love to hear your feedback, what's going well, what we can do better to try and improve the course. So that is week 5. Reach out to me if you have questions about these assignments. Happy to go through them with you. Thanks, everyone.